recipe. So now I'm going to start by making the green layer, which is just a simple green coconut chutney. So I've taken about half a cup of freshly grated coconut, a quarter cup of fresh coriander, which is to be washed really well. Then about 2 light green chilies, which are chopped really fine, 2 cloves of garlic chopped fine. This is 1 inch of ginger grated, the juice of lemon, half a lemon, about maybe 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, depending on how much you like it, and 1/4 teaspoon of sugar and salt to taste. So I'm just going to add the coconut, the coriander, the green chilies, the ginger, the garlic, the salt, the sugar, the lemon juice to my mixer. I'm using the small mixer pot, which is generally used for, chutneys. And I'm also going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. And we're just going to grind this to a nice smooth paste. Now the sugar and the lemon juice really elevate the taste of this beautiful chutney. And this chutney can be used, even with idlis, dosas, or even if you're making upma, just a little at the side, really, it brings out the taste of the upma also. So this chutney is really, really delicious. So now I'm just going to grind this with a little bit of water, and we're going to grind it to a nice smooth paste. And now you can see the chutney is nicely ground, and I'm going to transfer this to a glass container, that way, and keep it in my chiller tray of the refrigerator. That way it remains nice and fresh for about 2 to 3 days maximum. This coconut chutney, generally try to use it up within 2 days or 3 days. And look at the color, it's so beautiful. So this will be our green layer for our rainbow sandwich. So now after our green chutney is done, we're going to move on to the pink layer. So for that, I've just taken about 1/4 cup of grated cheese, regular processed cheese. To that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of butter, which is at room temperature. Now I'm going to mix the butter and the cheese really well together. Then I'm going to add a few drops of, food color, pink food color. Now you can also alternatively use a little bit of beetroot juice, just boil the beetroots and extract the juice. I mean, the color, you can add that if you want to go natural. But I just wanted to, keep it simple. And so I just added a few drops of pink food color and mix it really well, and get this lovely bright pink color. So that will be a pink layer for the pink layer of the rainbow sandwich. And then for the yellow layer, I'm just going to add some mayonnaise, about 4 to 5 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and to that I'm just going to add some mustard sauce and mix the two together. Now if you don't have mustard sauce, you have yellow food color, you can go with that too. I mean, you can just be creative about the 3 layers. I just thought I'd pop in and let you know about my Amazon storefront. Go and check it out. The link is down in the description box below. It's products that I generally buy on Amazon, or I would recommend with regard to best prices and good quality. So go and check out the link. So now that we have all our chutneys and 3 colored chutneys ready, I'm just going to take 4 slices of bread. Now try to use the sandwich bread because it's easier to work with. It's thicker and it's a little wider than the regular bread slices. So I'm using this white sandwich bread, and I'm just going to cut off the edges because we want to see the colors of these layers. If you keep the sides on, you will not get that effect. So just cut about 4 slices for 4 small sandwiches. Now for the first layer, I'm going to go with the pink color and apply a nice generous thick layer because it has to be seen. The color needs to be seen. So this is a nice tiffin item for kids, or even, if you're having a kids party, or even as a starter. And you can get creative. Like I said, you can add, whatever colors you want. You can add natural colors from veggies. Like if you want to go, with some green, add more fresh green, you can add some palak leaves. So you can get creative with this rainbow sandwich. But I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible. And so like I said, just apply a nice generous layer, because when you cut the sandwich, you need to see all the 3 colors really distinctly. So we're done with our pink layer, so that will be the first layer at the bottom. Then we're going to add the green chutney. So one tip I'd like to give you here is try to keep the green chutney as fresh as possible. So make it, on the day you're going to make these rainbow sandwiches, because this green chutney does tend to stiffen up a bit, and it, the taste changes a little, because after all it's coconut, and coconut has a very, short shelf life. So whenever you're making this sandwich, try to make the three layers, on the same day that you're making the sandwiches. That way it's easier to spread the chutney, and the freshness of the chutney also makes a lot of difference. So now I'm just going to place the green layer on top of the pink layer, and then I just put the yellow layer on top, and last I'm going to put this plain slice of bread on the top. And this is how it's going to look. So you can distinctly see the three layers, and then when I cut it up like this, you're going to see distinctly the pink layer, the green layer, and the yellow layer. And then I'm going to cut it again into small pieces like this. So you have, like, out of four slices, you get these four mini rainbow sandwiches. They look delicious, and friends, believe me, they taste even more delicious. So do give this a try. So let's see today's lovely coconut chutney and coconut chutney sandwiches. So here I've taken half a cup of freshly grated coconut. Try to use fresh coconut rather than using coconut which is in the refrigerator. 1/4 cup of fresh coriander. 2 light green chilies that I've just chopped fine. 2 cloves of garlic that I've chopped fine. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. 1 inch of ginger which I've just grated. About 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, and some salt to taste. So these are the very few ingredients that you require, and a little bit of water, about 2 to 3 tablespoons to grind while grinding this chutney. So I'm just going to add all of these ingredients to my mixer. Now this chutney can be also used, for idlis, dosas, upma. And today I'm going to show you how to make chutney sandwiches using this lovely, fresh and delicious chutney. So I'm just going to add all the ingredients, squeeze the lime, and then I'm just going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water, and I'm going to grind this to this paste, and our chutney is ready. So I'm just going to transfer this to a nice airtight glass container, and I store it in the refrigerator in the chiller section for about 2 to 3 days. Do not store this fresh coconut chutney for more than 2 to 3 days, because then coconut is perishable, doesn't have a very long shelf life. So try to use the chutney within about 2 to 3 days. Now I'm going to just take 4 slices of sandwich bread. Try to use the thick sandwich bread, which is wider also, and just cut off the edges. If you like the edges, you can keep the edges, but I like to make them without the edges. And I use the edges to make some breadcrumbs so it doesn't go to waste also. So just take off the edges of the sides, and now I'm just going to apply a little bit of butter to all the 4 slices. Just a little, not too much. This helps us to, it elevates the taste of the sandwich, as well as it helps us to, nicely spread out the chutney too. So I'm just going to evenly spread out this green fresh coconut chutney. Put a nice generous helping of it onto one of the buttered slices. Just spread it out with a knife like this, so it gets spread to all the corners of the bread. And then just place another buttered slice on top of it. And now we're just going to cut it up into half. And then if you like these mini sandwiches, which we at our place like really a lot, I'm going to cut it up again. So we're going to get 4 sandwiches out of 2 slices. And they look really pretty when they are, in this, mini like this. So with the butter and the chutney, it tastes simply delicious. So do give this recipe a try, guys. Meatloaf recipe with which you can make delicious sandwiches. So let's start with the easy and quick recipe. So now in a pan, I've taken just about 1/4 teaspoon of oil, and I'm going to fry 250 grams of bacon. Now we want to fry the bacon till it's nice and crispy on both sides. And it doesn't require extra oil because the bacon itself, because of a little bit of fat, does leave out some oil. So that helps to fry it and make it nice and crispy. So here you can see the bacon is nice and crisped up. So once it's done, we're going to take it out of the pan and let it cool to room temperature. And then I'm just going to chop it up really fine using a nice sharp knife. Now you can use a regular bacon or you can also use chicken bacon. And I'd like to know whether you even get vegan bacon. I have heard of it, but not really sure. So let me know in the comments section whether you've ever eaten vegan bacon. So now chop it really, really fine. And since it's nice and crispy, so the process is really easy. Now once that is done, I'm just going to add 1 more teaspoon of oil to my pan. And I'm going to fry 1 medium onion that I've chopped really fine. So we want to fry the onion till it's nice and translucent. I'm using a red onion. You can also use the white onion. And now I've just taken about 2 tablespoons of garlic, which is about 4 large cloves of garlic, and chopped them really fine. And I'm going to fry the garlic well too. So this dish doesn't have a lot of ingredients, but the end result is really amazing. And I love making this meatloaf on a Sunday and keeping it in my refrigerator. So whenever hunger strikes, just cut it up into thin slices, butter up some nice slices of bread, and you have your lovely meatloaf sandwiches ready. This is a great kids snack or even a tiffin item or just something when hunger strikes. So now I'll fry the bacon, the onions and the garlic really well. And now here I've taken 500 grams of mince. To that I'm going to add the fried bacon. Now again, you can use chicken mince, you can use mutton mince, you can use beef mince. I like to go with leaner meat, so I'm using chicken, and even the bacon I'm using is chicken bacon, which is easily available. And now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. And I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of mixed herbs. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of chili flakes, about a teaspoon for a little bit of a spice kick, and 1 teaspoon of pepper. For those of you who watch my recipes know that I use a lot of pepper and I just love the taste of pepper. And I'm going to add some salt to taste. And now to hold everything together, I'm going to be using about 3 tablespoons of breadcrumbs. So all I've done is just taken some slices of bread and made them into crumbs in my blender. And now just one more ingredient, and that is an egg. So I'm just going to beat the egg and I'm going to add that too. So the eggs and the breadcrumbs really hold this whole the thing together and make it into a lovely loaf. So add the egg, and then all you got to do is just mix everything really well together. So all of the ingredients are nicely well incorporated. So let me know in the comment section whether you make your meatloaf like this or you have a different recipe. I would love to hear from you guys. And now I've just greased my loaf tin with a little bit of butter, and I'm just going to add this entire mixture. And now I just want to pack it down really, really well. Now this would be a good time to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius, which is around 356 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 10 minutes. So pat it down really, really gently. And then we're just going to bake it in the preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius for 45 minutes. But do keep an eye on it because every oven is different. And here my lovely meatloaf is all ready. Doesn't it look nice and juicy? And I'm going to let it cool completely before I demold it. And you can see how well it's nicely baked, and the aroma in my kitchen is really amazing. I just can't wait to cut this up into slices and make some beautiful sandwiches. So let me know how you like this recipe. Do give it a try, and I'll catch you soon in my next video. Bye. The filling or the stuffing for this pan roll, it's super simple and very easy. So for that, I've used about 250 grams of chicken mince. You can use beef or mutton too. Now this is one medium-sized onion chopped. This is about a tablespoon of garlic. This is some meat masala, some ginger grated, and some Kashmiri red chili powder and some salt to taste. Now all ingredients will be listed in the description box below. So I've added about a tablespoon of oil to my pan, and to that I'm going to add the onion, and I'm going to fry the onion well till it becomes translucent. Next it will go in the garlic paste. I've taken about 5 large cloves of garlic and put them in my blender and made a paste of it. So fry the garlic till all the rawness goes away. Next goes in an inch of ginger, which I've peeled and then grated very fine. Don't throw away the peel. You can put it into your tea when you're making your tea. It really adds a nice flavor. Just some tips along the way. So fry the ginger, garlic and the onion really well. Now just put in your keema or your mince and let the keema nicely fry along with the onions and the ginger garlic. Now I'm going to add my meat masala. You can use any brand, and the Kashmiri red chili powder and the salt. And that's all, friends, that I do for my keema. It's really simple and yet it tastes really great. Now mix everything together and add about 1/4 cup of water because we want to cook the mince or the keema. And then you just cover and cook it for about 10 minutes on a low to medium flame. You can taste it at this point and see if you require some more salt or you require some more chili powder. Now I also have a recipe for keema parathas. You can go and check it out on my channel, or I'll leave a link below. So now the keema is ready. Now for the pan rolls, I've just sauteed the keema a little bit till it becomes a little bit dry. So there's not much of the gravy or the liquid there. Now we're going to go to make the crepes or the pancakes which are required for this recipe. Now here I've taken about a cup of maida or all-purpose flour. To that I'm going to add a little bit of salt to taste. Next goes in about 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. This really makes the crepes very light. We're going to mix all the dry ingredients well with a whisk. Next goes in 1 egg. And then we're going to pour about 1/2 cup of milk and just whisk everything and add milk as you require, maybe a little more, just to make a very thin and runny batter like you would with a pancake batter. Now I've just heated my pancake pan, just brushed it with a little bit of oil, or you could use butter too, and just take about 2 ladles full and just swirl the pan around so you get this thin pancake. And then you'll see these bubbles appearing on it, and the edges also start to brown a little bit. Just flip it for about a half, for a second or so it gets fried a little bit on the other side, and then just put them on a plate so they cool a bit, and just make the remaining crepes as much as you need or as much as you want to make. So I just wanted to make just a few, so I just made about 5. We don't want to brown the pancakes or the crepes too much. So the minute the edges turn golden brown, just flip them over. And when you're putting them down on the plate, just put them the darker side down. Now these are my crepes. This is the keema ready, 1 egg, which I've just beaten up roughly, and some breadcrumbs. And now we're going to start making the pan rolls. So just put the keema or the mince which we have prepared on one end like this, and then just fold it up very tightly like this and keep them aside. So if you want to make more, then you can just double up the quantity of the batter. And now these are ready. I'm just going to dip them into my beaten egg and then into the breadcrumbs. And then keep them aside. So like I said, you can refrigerate them and use them whenever you require. And then I'm just going to heat some oil in a pan, and I'm going to just shallow fry them till they're nice and golden brown. And these go perfectly well with some tomato ketchup. They're just delicious. like today's recipe as well as today's video, and if you would like to see more videos like this, then don't forget to leave this video a big thumbs up. Also, by clicking the thumbs up icon. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and become a part of Akshata's Recipes. Once you have subscribed, there is a small little bell icon that will pop up, so just click on that. That way, whenever I put up a new recipe or a new video, you get a message for the same. So on that note, I'll say bye and I'll catch you in my next video sooner than you think. This is Akshata saying bye, take care, stay healthy, stay fit, be kind and loving to one another. So till we meet again, bye.